All right, the border battle in Texas at the Rio Grande intensifying over razor wire as Governor Abbott of Texas asserts his state's right to defend itself against essentially an invasion. And as you can see on the big wall right there, 25 Republican governors are backing him, including, as you zoom in on Oklahoma, there he is, Kevin Stitt, the governor of Oklahoma. He's up on the big wall, and he's live right now from Oklahoma. Governor, good morning to you.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for having me on.
You bet. Okay, so why have you and 23 or 24 other governors, all Republicans, said we're going to help Mr. Abbott out in Texas?
Well, I mean, it's pretty simple for us, for Oklahomans. I think for most Americans, this is just common sense. In Texas, there's 28 ports of entry, and it's already a federal law that it's illegal to enter anywhere but those points of entry. I mean, the last time I flew to Mexico, I had to land at an airport and show them my passport. And so the fact that the federal government, Biden, is cutting razor wire, it just makes no sense at all. And so, yes, we have the right to defend our country against invasion. And what else would you call it if you've got 6 million people coming through illegally?
No, exactly. And I know the former president, Donald Trump, has suggested to all the Republican governors out there, send members of your state's National Guard. In your case, Governor, it would be the Oklahoma National Guard. Send them down to Texas to help Greg Abbott. Are you going to do that?
Absolutely. You know, I've done it once before, and we're looking. I already talked to my TAG, my General Mancino. We've already started putting the numbers together. We'll be in contact with Governor Abbott. But, you know, we also need some common sense here. What is the Biden administration doing? Why would they talk about federalizing the Texas Guard? Why are they directing Border Patrol? The American people need to ask themselves, why are they directing the Border Patrol to cut razor wire? This makes no sense. This is beyond politics. I just don't understand what's happening.
Right. You know what? You just touched on an important point. I'm going to bring that up. There are a number of Democrats who are calling on President Biden. You know what you need to do? You need, as you just mentioned, you need to federalize the Texas National Guard. What that means is then no longer is Greg Abbott their boss. They are working for the commander-in-chief, Mr. Biden. Have you thought this through? If you send your Oklahoma National Guard down there and a bunch of other states send them down there, you know, all Joe Biden has to do is federalize all of them. Next thing you know, they are doing essentially support work for the Border Patrol, who are down there right now just trying to process the invasion of migrants. Your National Guard could be working for Joe Biden.
Yeah. Well, here's the deal. I've been on the border. I've talked to the border agents. Even the border agents themselves are scratching their head. But these are good Americans, and they're trying to obey their boss. But they don't agree with that policy either. And, of course, the National Guard soldiers, they're Texans, and they're Oklahomans, and they're Tennessee folks. And these are just Americans, and they don't like what's going on. So you would really be putting our soldiers in a tough situation to protect their states against fentanyl deaths and against illegal immigrants and terrorists in a lot of cases, just to appease some administration that has a political agenda. That's the only possible explanation, is they're wanting to nationalize and get a bunch of voters in that they think is going to swing elections. That's the only logical explanation, and it's absolutely illogical to think that we have leaders that are more focused on the next election instead of doing what's right for America.
Well, it's really something. Let's see what happens next. Governor Stitt, thank you very much for joining us today from Oklahoma. I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.